Hello everyone, my name is Matteo Vicentini and today we are talking about conscious choices over right or wrong choices. And it's all about the informations we have. We can choose properly how to buy something or get out of a situation and so on in relation to the amount of informations we have. And in today's world, the TV and social media and so on, the informations that we receive are, in my opinion, very incomplete and very limited. This narrows our ability to choose wisely and to choose consciously. And Jacques Fresco, in his books, there is a couple of documentaries on YouTube also you can watch for free. It talks a lot about how many troubles we are going through today, and it all boils down the reason because we lack informations. Because we lack informations, we act a certain way, or we don't act a certain way. Therefore, we get problems and so on. So what I'm trying to say today is that there is no wrong or right choice, because that's really an individual point of view. I would like to say that the conscious choice is the best choice we can make. And quickly, with just a couple of examples, and let's talk about the electric car. They sell you the electric car as environmentally friendly and the solution to many of the environmental problems we have today, which is true. If you compare it to a gasoline car, it actually pollutes less. But what we are not told, the information is incomplete because we don't know the environmental cost of building that car. We're not told that. The information is limited. So if we analyze that for a second, the batteries in the electric cars we can buy nowadays, the raw materials are coming from somewhere North America or Australia. They are then mined and sent somewhere to China, which is the factory of the world, of the planet. And then they are processed there, made into batteries, probably sent to Japan, where many of the electric cars are made today, and then assembled in a car, and then they ship the car somewhere to Europe, Australia, America, or wherever. So now, while they are mining the raw materials there, oil is being used, and petrol and tires, and they are actually destroying some of the landscape. And can you imagine how much water is used and how much polluted water is released in the environment? And then they are all transported, of course, on tire, on train, on diesel train, diesel engines to the port. And on the port they are loaded on a diesel ferry, and then they are driven, they cross the oceans and get to China, where again they are carried using diesel, and all the factories are using a lot of chemicals, washing and water, pollutants, all released into the environment, and then again shipped through diesel engines to Japan, where again they will use electric energy to power the factories and so on, and all the tools, and again water will be used, and everything is moved through diesel engines and stuff, and again once they are assembled as a car, they are shipped again somewhere else to be finally sold to you and me. And they sell it to you with a green leaf saying you are doing the right choice for the environment, which I'm not saying is wrong. I'm saying the information we get is very limited, is not completed. We are missing crucial parts. And at the end of the day, if you think that car should last as it is 30, 40 years before offsetting this cost, at least 30 years, I would say. And we both know that that car will not last on the road for 30 years. It will be replaced and blah, blah, blah. So at the end, the cost of making that car, is it really environmentally friendly? than keeping your car now. Even if you compare these two cars, of course, the electric one is more eco-friendly because it pollutes less, but the cost of making it, we destroyed and polluted like crazy to make this eco-friendly car. So again, I'm not saying it's wrong or bad to keep or buy. I'm just pointing out that we are lacking very important information here. And we can apply this thing to also the food we are buying at the supermarket. Classic example is the vegetables or fruit coming from greenhouses, local greenhouses, or the vegetables and fruits coming from another continent through planes or ships, but in season. And here in the greenhouses, most of the stuff is off season, is not in season, no? We are often told that we should eat locally, and therefore people are encouraged or pushed to eat locally, even though it's off season and is coming from a greenhouse. Greenhouses are really using a lot of petrol or gas to keep it warm, a lot of plastic, a lot of chemicals. It's crazy. But they're producing fruit and vegetables all year round. And something similar goes for the vegetables and fruits coming from another continent. They're using a lot of diesel to be transported here and there, and probably chemicals, and maybe multinationals owning those fields, and there is all the consequences related. But what I would like to point out is that, again, when we go to the supermarket, we think that eating locally is good, which it is. There is some truth in it, but we are not told all the plastic that is used to produce these tomatoes in December, for example, or all the energy that is being consumed to produce these vegetables in the wrong time of the year. And some research institutes, like in Sweden, in Australia or Switzerland, there are some nice informations you can find if you research online in English or German, and they try to do the same thing here for the car, to try to track the vegetables that were on the supermarket today. So there are the ones coming from Central America and Nicaragua, and the ones coming from here 15 kilometers away. One is in season but is on the other side of the planet, and this one is not in season but is just here. What is the environmental cost of these two? And often happens that the ones coming from the other side of the planet had a lower environmental impact than the one that was close by, because of the off-season and all the chemicals and oil implied in growing these things in the wrong time of the year, or even in the wrong place, maybe the wrong climate. So again, here I'm not pointing out what is wrong or right. I just want to make things clear, because the supermarket or nobody tells us how exactly the whole chain is moving. And it's our right, and should be even our duty, in my opinion, to scavenge informations in all the mess of informations we receive every day. The bottom line, in my opinion, is like permaculture saying the best diet, the best thing you can do is just to follow the season. We follow natural cycles. So whatever is in season, that's the least impact on the environment you can have. That's the most positive impact you can have on the environment, by eating things that are in season, maybe locally grown, possibly from you or from your friends close by. That is the most conscious choice we can make every day. And if we cannot make that, at least we should be fully informed as much as possible on these choices we face every day, like the car or the petrol or the food, because we buy food every day, we eat food every day. And this is so crucial, in my opinion, because we are not just affecting our own life, but we are affecting the following generations as well. It's really crucial that we understand our impact as much as possible in these little things, like even just eating, which is a very big thing in the end. And many times we are always presented with an easy choice. You can be the best friend of the environment if you buy this car. You can be the best friend of the environment if you eat locally. But hang on a second, how do you make this car? Or how are you producing this in December when it's supposed to be there in March? For example, these questions should pop up and we should do research, in my opinion. And this can help us a lot to uplift our spirits and feel lighter, feel more connected with nature and its cycles, because we are part of these cycles. Permaculture has a lot of solutions, offers a lot of solutions, and it's just upon us to make that choice, the conscious choice. Right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Like, we are talking about the conscious choice. We know what we are doing, we know what we are dealing with, and I made this choice consciously. So thank you very much for watching today, and I'll see you the next time.